good evening, and more from Philip Glass later. French television has long had the... When the composer Philip Glass was last in the Late Show studio nearly 3 years ago, it was to talk about his newly discovered talent as a remixer of the British house act S-Express. Such experiments are meat and drink to an artist who, perhaps more than any other, has challenged our preconceptions of what classical music can be. He's worked extensively with non-Western musical forms and electronics, and composed for musical theatre, opera and films, most famously with his hypnotic scores for Koyaanisqatsi and Powakatsi. So it's perhaps surprising that he's here in Britain to perform a couple of concerts, solo at the piano. Welcome, Philip Glass.
Pleased to be here.
I'm surprised to see you at the piano. I mean, talking about the huge palette of sounds that you've dipped into over your career, it seems a surprising development.
Actually, the piano is the instrument I have at home. It's what I start the day playing the piano, I end the day playing the piano. So for me, my own perception of music is actually oriented around the piano. But by the time it gets to the public, it's usually been changed into a film score or to an electronic score or to something else.
It's, I suppose, the expectation that's aroused when you see someone sitting at a grand piano is that there's going to be an amazing virtuoso display, a technical feat. And your performances are slightly different from that, aren't they?
Well, they're very personal. What I play is I play music that I've written for myself. And the emphasis of the music is about directness and about simplicity. And all that other stuff kind of gets in the way.
So stripped away from the visual side, which often accompanies your work, and stripped away from the experiments with sound, is what we're going to be seeing in these concerts, the essential Philip Glass.
It's what you would hear and see if you were at my home and you walked into the studio and you saw me. That's what I'd be doing.
You've always been a performer-composer, but you've also been someone who's been well known as a collaborator. I mean, you've worked on many different collaborative projects, and particularly the film work, which obviously involves a huge number of people. Is it refreshing to be able to get back to something that you're totally in control of from beginning to end?
Well, it's refreshing, but it's also shifts all the responsibility on you. One of the nice things about collaboration is that part of the inspiration comes from somebody else. That you share everything, but you also share the difficulties and but when you're really by yourself, well, that's it. The focus is on you, and you have to do it all yourself.
I suppose people who know your film work best will probably be surprised by the sort of sound that you make solo at the piano. I mean, people who are used to the hypnotic, repetitive rhythms of your work might be surprised by the lyrical, romantic quality that you bring to the piano.
I play the music much more lyrically than other people. Other people who play this music play it the way they think I play it. Very kind of almost, well, more mechanically than I do. I play it much more freely than anybody else does. I was playing this music for a friend once, and he said, "Oh, can you play it like that?" And I said, "I guess you can."
So is it a question of, will the real Philip Glass please stand up? I mean, is this a truer expression of your personality, do you think?
I think this is one of the, this kind of moment is a very authentic moment for me. And I think you get a real insight into the music through this kind of, through singing it this way.
Is it important to you to keep reinventing your sound, and so that people are always confounded if they have preconceptions of what Philip Glass sounds like?
It's not so much for them, but it's really for myself. I mean, I've been working with my group for 22 years or so, and to keep it interesting and lively, I have to keep inventing things, or I won't be interested. And if I'm not interested, you're not going to be interested.
Right, well, we are interested to hear what you're going to play. It's going to be from your solo piano album, which is a piece called Metamorphosis 4. Do you want to tell me something about the story behind this piece?
This music comes from a film, The Thin Blue Line, that I made with, that Errol Morris made about a man who was in a Dallas jail for a crime he didn't commit. There were a number of pieces that were written around this film. And later I took the music and made it into these piano pieces. The movie became very famous because the man that was in jail as a result of the movie was released, and the person who actually committed the murder confessed during the filming of the interviews.
Well, we look forward to hearing it. Thank you very much, Philip Glass. And Philip Glass